After the celebrations, the spotlight turns to Reform's ability to actually govern. Their votes have been counted. Now they promise to start counting costs in councils they control.
What we are going to do, and this is our commitment to the British people, sure, we don't have a magic wand, but we will cut ways. You can hold us to that. We are going to send teams in, task forces. We'll be opening up applications shortly. We want the brightest and the best. If you've got experience in audit, if you've got experience in fixing potholes, if you're a software engineer, we're going to bring task forces in. We're now going to have access to the contracts, access to the numbers, access to payroll, and we're going to make these changes.
Nigel Farage's previous suggestion of job cuts led Unison, the UK's biggest union, to urge staff at Reform-led councils to sign up. The response from Reform's newly elected mayor in Lincolnshire, that she's up for a fight with unions. Dame Andrea Jenkins wants to cut as much as a tenth of the workforce in at least one council in her area. Here's the scale of Reform's rise. Coming from nowhere in 2021, to now running 10 local authorities in England. Among the councils turned turquoise, Derbyshire, where the Tories were toppled.
The notion of Doge is I suppose, one that's captured public imagination.
The ousted leader warns Reform are in for a shock.
So, for example, they're going to go in and sweep away E.D.I. In a local authority like ours, we don't actually have a named individual that does E.D.I.
So Reform are talking about all this cost-cutting, bringing in auditors. Why weren't you doing that?
I don't know what they think we were doing for the last 8 years, but as an organisation that had to make over £300 million worth of savings, they won't even be able to find the auditors. Local government auditors are as rare as hen's teeth out there at the moment. So if they could even find them, pay for them to put them in the organisation and do what they think they're going to be able to do, I would think be a monumental waste of cash.
While cash-strapped councils are Reform's current focus, Labour is questioning how feasible their leader's wider vision is.
He wants an insurance-based system for our healthcare. Well, that's the dismantling of the National Health Service, free at the point of use we've had since 1948. If he wants to run the country, he's going to have to start answering some questions about how his policies stack up.
Conservative councillors who lost their seat got an apology from Kemi Badenoch, who's pursuing a slow and steady approach in the race to the next general election.
That is what I was elected to do, to renew our party and rebuild trust with the public. But that does take time. And one of the things which I said when I became leader was that the road was going to be bumpy.
Which brings us to another Nigel Farage pledge, filling in potholes. That won't come cheap either. If Reform want to make more inroads in Parliament, first they must prove they can rebuild services locally. It's a journey that's unlikely to be smooth.